This is my face after a long day of working and having makeup on. Hey guys, so I'm getting tons of requests to talk about my Accutane journey from start to finish, and I am coming up on month 3. So I'm kind of gonna just walk you through and answer your questions that I've gotten just over the past couple weeks. Number 1 is why I decided to try Accutane and did I try anything else? I'm actually on Cerave is the name of it. It's also known as Accutane. It's isotretinoin. This is what it looks like. This is for people with severe acne or skin problems. I tried pretty much everything before coming to the conclusion that Accutane would be the best option for me. I've tried antibiotic topicals, oral antibiotics, and just kind of over-the-counter stuff, Proactive. I've tried everything, and I'm almost 27. Here I am still with acne. So next week I start month 3, and in order to get approved for this, you have to get tons of blood work, pregnancy tests. They check your liver enzymes, your cholesterol, and just to make sure you're not pregnant. So I guess step 1 is if you do decide with your doctor, of course, to do Accutane, you have to be fully committed to this. You kind of have to know the ins and outs and know that you can't really fuck it up. There's no sun, you cannot get pregnant, really low alcohol because of your liver. You have to stay away from anything that has extra vitamin A because this is a super high dose of vitamin A. As you can see on the front, you cannot get pregnant. You will get tested once a month for pregnancy. It's on the front, it's on the inside, it's on each individual blister, and on the inside as well. And then on the back talks about the birth defects. So that's number 1, do not get pregnant. Some of the side effects that they talk about when you're talking to your doctor are severe dry skin, red skin. You can't be in the sun long, or you have to have super high SPF. You have to use all non-comedogenic brands. So Clinique is good for that, Neutrogena, Cerave, Cetaphil is a good one. For me, what really worked for me was I've really increased my water intake because I've found in the first month, my skin got super, super dry and flaky. My scalp dried out. So I started to hydrate in addition to the products that I use. I'm gonna show you guys the products that I use daily when I use them. So dry, super dry cracked lips, Aquaphor is gonna be like your saving grace. This is all day, every day Aquaphor for your lips. I use the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Water Gel. This has hyaluronic acid. This is approved by the doctor and it says non-comedogenic. So you only wanna use products that say non-comedogenic. I put this on in the morning, and if I don't wear makeup throughout the day, I'll put this on as well. I'm washing my face right now with Cerave Hydrating Cleanser. This is also non-comedogenic and it does not foam. So I like that. It doesn't foam, it doesn't make my skin feel dry afterwards. This Cerave one is what I'm using at night. It's a lot heavier. These products are actually really, really inexpensive, so that's super helpful because my Cerave is not cheap. You also have to use non-comedogenic makeup. I have not found a foundation that I really like, so I've actually been using one that's not non-comedogenic, but it hides the redness when I have to do my radio, TV, and film stuff. Not really sure if that's gonna work against me or not. You can't do any waxing, so obviously it's been about 2.5 months since I've had my eyebrows waxed. I'm not sure about threading. No tattoos, you can't get any type of tattoos. If you do have blemishes and you pick at them, they're gonna take forever to heal. Like I'm talking 3 weeks or more. In my experience, that goes for cuts and any type of like blisters or anything like that are also gonna take a lot longer to heal while you're on Accutane. One of the major side effects that I've experienced is joint pain. I am working out while I'm on Accutane, so I don't know if it's the working out in addition to the Accutane or if it's completely separate. I'm not sure. I mainly feel it in my knees and my ankles, especially when I'm, getting out of bed in the morning after being laying down, or at night I feel it in my ankles a lot after being on my feet all day. So again, I don't know if that's really from the Accutane or the gym or a combination of both. I'm not sure. I'm just telling you guys what's happening to me specifically. I did start to experience a little bit of dry scalp, but luckily for me, I did come out with a hairline, and the oil I put directly on my scalp sometimes if I don't have anywhere to go. I'm putting it directly on my scalp to kind of moisturize it since I can't put like a moisturizer on it. In the first month, I felt like my emotions were kind of out of whack a little bit. I felt really alone because I knew I was gonna be on Accutane. I started it, nobody understood, and like the texture of my skin started to change. You can see how red my skin is right now. And so it kind of made me feel insecure and like nobody was understanding like what I was going through. And even when I talk to people about it now, they're like, oh, why would you do that? And it's like, you guys just don't understand. That's been kind of hard for me. I feel like in going into month 3, I've heard that I'm gonna experience like severe drying of the skin. So I'm hoping to just keep increasing my water in addition to like my moisturizing products. It's weird because like I was saying, the texture of my skin has changed. So when I'm in the shower and stuff, this sounds really weird, but like my skin almost feels like slimy. Like my chest, my back, and my face when I wash it. My skin is like so unnaturally smooth, it almost feels like it has like a slimy texture. But then like right now, even though it's red and it doesn't look great, it like feels really nice. So I can definitely tell that it's working. I'm just wondering because I get hormonal breakouts around my chin and my jawline. At what point is it gonna work for that? You will probably go through a period where like everything that I'm doing, is this ever actually gonna work? You're gonna go through that. And that kind of contributes to how you're feeling in the first month when like nobody understands and your hormones and everything else is kind of like balancing out. Month 2 is when I really started experiencing the texture change. So month 1, it was like more drying in certain areas, but month 2 was more like I really started to notice a difference. I have noticed a change in my hair a little bit, and they do tell you that when you start Accutane that you may experience hair thinning or dryness, and I definitely have experienced that. I feel like my hair is a lot thinner than when I started. So I try not to put a lot of heat on it except for when I'm traveling or I'm doing TV stuff. That's the only downfall. If I could just not put heat to it for like 6 months while I'm doing this, that would be great, but that's not doable. One other huge side effect that I just recently started experiencing is like dry patches of skin. You can't really see it on my hands right now, but almost like patches of eczema, which they do tell you that you could experience. I've gotten it on my hands and a little bit on my arms, but from what my doctor says is that it will subside when I come off the Accutane. I've been using Aquaphor. If I'm not doing anything with my hands, I'll put the Aquaphor on my hands, and it tends to clear up when it's moisturized. So that's been really helpful. I'm not sure if I'm experiencing insomnia for other reasons or if it is from the Accutane, because I have gone back and forth with it prior to. So I'm not sure how much of the Accutane is contributing to the insomnia. And then the weight loss thing is also something that I'm not really sure. Around the same time I started Accutane, I started to try to lose weight, which I wasn't trying to lose weight because of the Accutane. It just so happened that it was kind of happening at the same time. And I've noticed that it's been a lot harder than it has for me in the past to lose weight. And that may or may not be part of the Accutane. Not sure, again, how much to contribute that to Accutane. So in the beginning when my body, this was around month 1, my body was adjusting to the Accutane, I did get a couple nosebleeds, and that was obviously from the severe drying. You can put a humidifier in your room or in your house, whatever, your apartment, whatever you need to do. Supposedly that's supposed to help. I didn't have to put one in because after month 1, it seemed like I wasn't as dry as I was prior, which is kind of weird because I was under the impression that I was gonna get drier as months go on, but that didn't happen for me. I literally can't go anywhere without chapstick or Aquaphor. I always have to have one or the other. If not, like your lips, they'll probably bleed, to be honest. For my dose, I don't know if this is typical or what other people get prescribed on Accutane. I take 2 pills, one in the morning and one at night, and they are both with a fat. So almond butter, peanut butter, cheese, like something with a fat. It's supposed to help absorb better. I can't really stress to you guys enough how important it is to commit to this. If you're gonna decide to do Accutane, commit to it. Commit to the routine with your Accutane. Obviously, some people have to get off of it or whatever the case may be, but if you're okay on it and you're not experiencing, huge side effects, stick to a routine because it doesn't make sense to get on a drug like this and keep skipping doses or forgetting to take it or not doing what you're supposed to, because it's not gonna work. Like I said, these 4 main products for me, plus the water, is gonna be super important. I literally tripled my water intake to help with the hydration of my body and my skin. And also because I know that the medication is processed through your liver, I kind of wanted to have like some extra hydration. Again, all these products right here are drugstore products and they're super inexpensive and you're gonna go through them like crazy. I literally bought 5 tubes of this from Ulta and I think they were only like a couple dollars each and they last a pretty long time. So definitely get this. Oh, I'm not sponsored by any of these products. I'm not endorsing any of these products. I'm just giving you what works for me. And I wanna use products that are fairly inexpensive. So Aquaphor for your lips and dry patches on your skin. The night cream, Cerave night cream, it's a couple dollars. It's a lot thicker, it'll last through the night. Neutrogena for during the day, definitely wanna be moisturized. And then the Cerave hydrating cleanser for the shower whenever you wash your face. And then obviously your water. This is only a 33 ounce one. I typically drink 2 to 3 50-ounce water bottles a day. Like I said, just to stay hydrated and keep up with what the moisturizers aren't doing. And I think that's it. Oh, that's right, that's a good call. The last time I got my prescription filled, they did tell me that my cholesterol was up, which is a side effect of the medication. Just have to be careful. Like obviously you wanna take your medicine with a healthy fat versus like, you don't wanna take it with like a saturated fat. That's obviously not good for you. That's when I'm trying to balance my diet out more with like leafy greens and stuff like that, so that when I do take my medicine, it's like the fattiest meals or like snack of the day. If you take your medicine on an empty stomach, you will probably barf your brains out. Definitely take this on a full stomach. Even if you have to take it, if you have a dose and you can't take it with a fatty meal, take it with regular food. Don't take it by itself because you will get sick. What I was saying and what I meant by staying consistent with your routine on Accutane is you have a very short window monthly between the time that you get your blood work done to the time that you pick up your prescription. For me, this is what I do. You have to fast to get your blood work done for I think 8 to 12 hours. You get your blood work done and then literally I go the next day to the doctor, making sure everything is fine, all my levels are good, and then I go pick up my prescription either the same day or the very next morning. That window is so small because they wanna make sure that you're not pregnant and all that stuff before you go pick up your pills. If you don't get blood work, you cannot pick up your prescription. So your doctor won't see you and you cannot pick up your prescription because it's that important. Literally say don't get pregnant on every single part of this pamphlet. So here, it's up here, it's on every single pill. I have one more pill to take for this pack and then the birth defects are on the back. Also, after you get your blood work, you do have to take an online quiz every month, birth control information, medicine information, all kinds of stuff, and that kind of just goes in with like reminding you that you have to be on 2 forms of birth control. So whether that's like the Mirena IUD and condoms or the pill and condoms or abstinence and condoms, well, I guess that doesn't make sense. Abstinence and birth control pills, I don't really know, but 2 forms of birth control pills because of I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's like 99% birth defect rates. It's something super, super high. Even a couple pills is super dangerous while you're pregnant. This one, it does say that you can't get pregnant until after a month of being off of Clarivis. Don't risk it, just don't. And I think that's about it. The one thing that I wish I knew before I went on this is how alone I would feel, because I literally don't know anyone else on Accutane, and all the restrictions that I have between like my diet and like what I can and can't do, nobody else understands. And then like the first like 30 to 40 days, like emotions and like wondering if it's gonna work, and the severe drying made me feel so insecure and just like, I just felt really bad about myself and kind of like, am I making the right choice? And so it was just kind of one of these things where I had to give it a shot because I've tried everything else. So I wish that I would have known that. Some of these products I learned about from watching other YouTube videos and just kind of like looking stuff up on my own, trying what works and what didn't. Luckily for me, these products kind of were the first ones that I tried and are working. So I'm super thankful for that. And I started hydrating before I was going on Accutane because I knew it was gonna happen. So yeah, that's my journey up to month 3. I go on, today is Thursday. I go on Monday for blood work. I'll get my pills for month 3 on Tuesday. I have this notebook in my lap because I definitely wanted to just do this like honest review about Accutane or Clarivis, and I didn't want to forget anything. It is so important to kind of just like track your side effects, what you're feeling, and products that work, because it can do really, really good things for your skin if you know you're doing all the things that your doctor tells you to, and it can be really, really helpful. And overall, I think the end goal is for all of us to feel secure and have good skin. And so I just wanted to help you guys and write down things that work for me, what doesn't work for me, the side effects, etc. So going into month 3, I'll write down what is happening in my body and on my face and all that kind of stuff, and kind of just keep you guys updated. But this is my video, the conclusion of my video for up to month 3.